Why? Because when they bring charges against you, they use the power of the people of the state. If you're in Illinois, you'll say people of the state of Illinois. Minnesota, people of the state of Minnesota. Missouri, people of the state of Missouri. New York, people of the state of New York. They are bringing the power of the state against you. And all those other attorneys are working under the Attorney General. This entity, this political subdivision state of, it's like any other entity. They have their police departments, state police. And then they have their attorneys in case somebody sues them or there's a dispute regarding the charges being brought. That police officer, the municipal police employee that arrested you and sued you as the complainant, is an agency of the state. They have the agency of the number. So they're subcontractors for the state. And guess what? The state has an attorney. And that's the Attorney General. All those other public defenders, prosecutors, are simply his deputy. It's a certified copy of it. And at the end of the day, an order to dismiss on both counts. This is what you want. If you've gone past the 90-day period to remove it to a federal jurisdiction or to a higher court based on the hierarchy of courts in your state, that's fine. You can still kick their ass in their own administrative venue if you know what you're doing. And then you take this as an evidence, and there was no lawful authority to begin with to even arrest you or do whatever they did. That's a alley hoop and a slam dunk for a settlement check. Of course, you still have to know how to construct the claim. Script. The statute clearly states a person commits obstruction of identification when they intentionally furnish a false name, residence, date of birth to a police officer who was lawfully arrested or detained that person. This count must be dismissed. The four corners of the complaint do not state an offense under Illinois law. This, line 21, 22, and 23, is your slam dunk when you do a counterclaim or when you sue them. Take this transcript of this case being dismissed and sue them. Why? Because it shows on the face, based on what another magistrate or acting judge is saying, that look, this guy being arrested was unlawful. Why? Because it says nothing regarding Illinois law, meaning they were not acting in an authorized manner. Illinois law being the Constitution and the common laws, aka compiled statutes, which are basically just an inferior version of the General Assembly version, which is the General Law Public Act. As to the resisting peace officer, it states defendant may not only resist the performance of an officer of an authorized act within his official capacity, being the arrest of the officer to be in execution of his official duties, that he refused to get in the back of the blah 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 blah, all that crap. So they're letting you know that they were not engaging in their official act or an authorized act, since the language of the law does not support their contentions. Beautiful people, I'm inviting you to join my Patreon page. The things we speak of over there are basically synonymous with webinars, each videos, when it comes to the quality of information and the actual aspect of it compared to the one here on YouTube. We speak about residual income and how to sue people to make residual income if you're willing to do that. We speak about tort and garnishment, remove the speculations of maritime lien. We speak about banking, express trust, all the intricacies that are important. We speak about trust-related matters, different types of trust, how to actually function in commerce. We speak about the intricacies of how to actually do the W-8 ban and what makes it foreign, what tax treaties are, the stuff people won't tell you about. We speak about things of spiritual nature. We speak of child support, the intricacies of it, how it's all property right, and how cloud of legality is brought to life. Exactly how they do it and how you tackle that beyond speculation. We speak about how laws are made and how it's applicable or not, the intricacies according to the Constitution. We speak about the truth of what most people are fearful and speculative about. We go over the elements of the things that people need to know when they make claims to sue people to make money, either criminally or civil. When it comes to substantive right, we speak about the venue and the playing field that a lot of people don't know that they're stepping into. If you don't know the venue and the playing field you're stepping into, you're in for a world of hurt. We clarify misconceptions. We speak about the intricacies of things we speak here on YouTube but more in details on Patreon. Basically, stuff that our YouTube are synonymous with things that are for the birds. One of the Patreon are the premium quality things. In the past, we went over IRS manuals in different ways when it comes to the express trust 98 number. We went over the intricacies of mortgage, land, title. We went over issues with things like driver's license and the treaties that are the solutions for it based on examples of my own first-hand knowledge and experience. Speaking about trust-related matters, more on child-related issues. We discuss other aspects of things. We discuss how to really come in as a natural person and the fact that there are actually tools that pre-exist that are meant to be used. A lot of people say, well, don't use this, don't use that. Well, do you know that same thing you're running away from is actually the solution? And do you know that's one of the ways and your first step to actually garnish it? We speak about the intricate details of discharge. We speak about things of reality that goes over people's heads. More in discharge, we speak about the functionality of spirituality and cosmology and astrology and how you can actually put it to use. We speak of the what, why, and how, and the importance of a foreign trustee and the resident status. We speak about spiritual things when it comes to plant, the functional aspect of it. We speak of the language of the difference and the truth of legislative fact compared to adjudicative fact and what it really means when it comes to judicial notice. We speak about the lunar mansions, how to put them to use. We speak about tort, U.S. Marshal Service. We upload documents and treaties, original certified copies. Tax evasion, we show the IRS manual that shows the difference between tax evasion and tax avoidance. We go more in about how to actually make your own pocket bigger in commerce. We show the videos and experience that I have when it comes to discharge and the explanation of it. We show elements and details. We speak of the things relating to holding people liable. Speak about the different intricacies of how these entities are used against you and how you ought to use it and to know the playing field. A lot more that a lot of people are seeking but will not find. Again, each of these videos are synonymous to webinars of their own. We speak about how to get rid of statute of limitation. Most people's remedies, they say, are barred by statute of limitation, but there's a way out to that. We speak about how child supports are private and how and why they want to charge you thousands of dollars for some transcript, how to nip that in the butt, and a different aspect of it in great details and in great increments. Speak about the intricacies of fraud, how to prove it, the different types and the elements to it. Speak about tort. Speak about speak about trust. Speak about the subtleties of invoking equity and how to structure your document, and so on and so forth. Speak about private right, the incorporation doctrine, how people use UCC 1-103207-308, how that really doesn't actually preserve your right, contrary to the speculation that a lot of people throw around, and that your solution is actually in plain sight beyond the volatile and immutable UCC, which, by the way, the UCCs are also copyrighted. We speak about spiritual things in nature, how to use flame, and the functional aspect of beyond make-believe. I show my own first-hand experience in Chancery Court, and so on and so forth, and a lot more to come. Till next time, take care. Best of luck.